All right, we're here for another DAT system installation on a very typical house where the basement wall is bowing in from lateral earth pressure on the outside. This is a particularly nice job because the bowing is not so great yet, but you can see the cracks that it's formed here. I believe that when we come back 4 or 5 months after we've installed this with two tightening sessions, we're going to be able to pull almost all of this block back together and almost close up these joints. We'll get this wall almost perfectly straight by the time we're done. So we're going to be putting our anchors on this wall, okay, at 4 feet on center. And again, it's 2 sets of anchors, one at the bottom, one at the top, bolted to the wall with a threaded rod running in between them and pulling them together because it'll resist the failure mode of the wall, which is pulling apart in tension on the inside face. Now, I've been here with 2 helpers. Normally this is a 2-man job, but we're breaking in a new installer today. We've been here a little over an hour right now from the time we got here in our vehicles, and we're over halfway done with this installation. We've installed almost fully installed 4 anchors, partially installed 2 more anchors of a 10 anchor install. This is a fairly typical install. On most basements, at least in my experience, most of the basements in the houses that are affected are in the 7 foot to 8 foot wall height range. And typically the DAT 6500 is good for a 4 foot spacing at that height based on the earth pressure calculations. So basically, this is not completely installed. We still have some more anchors to put in. But what we'll do when we have all the bolts in, we'll tighten this rod down. And by tightening the rod, it will pull this split face back together. And as it's tightening up this joint, it will actually, over time, it will slowly push that wall back in. And I expect to get, there's not much bow in this wall, but I expect to get this almost 100% out by August. We're in the end of March right now, and I think by August we'll basically have this thing pulled back to a straight position. Then they can come back and they can put pegboard over this, and this is a garage, and they're going to go back and put drywall over their over the anchors in the basement when it's done, so nobody will ever even see it, but it'll be there and it'll keep this house secure for the rest of its life. Okay, so this is what we saved today. We didn't have to tear up the landscaping. We didn't have to mess up the concrete walk. We didn't have to do anything outside that would have disrupted this house, that would have added to the aggravation of the owner and to the cost of the repair, meaning that it would have taken a lot longer to even get back to be restored to the condition it was in. That's one of the biggest beauties of DAT system.